Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Friday Night Magic Duels. We're facing off against Tezzeret with our Power 3 deck. I did mention in the comments that I got the one of the elephants we needed for this deck. I didn't seem to get any more. I'll give you a percentage breakdown. I think I'm at like 40-some% of the set completed now as a general update. And so, I mean, it'll just keep growing from there, and we'll have more and more interesting decks. Okay, Tezzeret, I've seen your ugly mug long enough. Let's go. MtG Magic. Oh, so he looks kind of like a Witch Doctor kind of guy, doesn't he? All right, so we have Hissing Quagmire. We have an Elemental Bond in hand. Syndicate Trafficker. This looks actually all right to start. A couple frames lost there. Don't know why, but whatever. Green, red, okay, we'll keep that in mind. We'll be able to probably take out a couple things if they're rather aggressive. Take out their initial onslaught, maybe we'll get somewhere. Depends. Oh, and black. Ooh. Alright, well, there's been no play on their end so far. I see no reason not to drop a copter for now. I suppose then we have Trafficker and Bruiser available as well. We'll see what comes up, what kind of strategies we should be playing out here. Am I recording? Just a second, I gotta take a look. Okay, yeah, it's all right. It's okay, everything's fine. Okay, so that's 3 untapped mana. I see white. This is 4 color Super Friends. Oh, god damn it. I mean, sure, fine, whatever. So, I'd say let's go straight for the Elemental Bond. They're showing no compelling reason to not do that. Let's get our acceleration going. And then we'll just try to blow them out through card draw advantage. But you never know, if they get a Planeswalker here, it's going to start getting ugly. They do not play a Planeswalker. They're staying untapped. Ooh, this is an opportunity, I'd say. Tireless Tracker gets a clue, although Syndicate Trafficker would probably be a stronger option for that. Let's test the waters with Nimble Bruiser. We get a card out of it at the least, so no big deal. And a Scrap Heap Scrounger. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's drop the Scrap Heap Scrounger too. And a Fatal Push. So we're getting somewhere. This speaks waves to God knows whatever. Yeah, I'm not falling for that nonsense. Screw you. I'm going to force you to use removal. Until then, I'll just set up my stuff. Kalitas is who cares. They have 1 untapped mana, which is kind of our safe range at this point in time. So, with that said, we probably want to kill Kalitas in some regards. And let's go with this and see if they have any compelling anything. Okay. And Kalitas is no big threat to us. Another Grasp of Darkness. I'm going to pitch Lamphole Pacifist. I don't think we needed all that much here. No, you can't block. Enjoy. And we don't have mana open for double Grasp of Darkness. Or a Fatal Push or anything beyond that, honestly. I'm going to see if they've got a play that we don't want. I'm going to try and force something out of them. And I'll wait on their turn. What do you got? Combustible Gear Hulk. Well, screw you, you're not gaining life. There. Make you have choices. Okay. So naturally the obvious play is to not let them draw 3 cards and hope they're not god-awful lucky. So, ouch. Got hit for half our life total on that one. Okay, you're a first striker, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay, so do we want Tireless Tracker down here? A trick that we can have with this guy, would rather be able to remove him. Our Syndicate Trafficker might be a smart play as well. We have our Death Touch guy, actually. Let's sit with the Death Touch guy. And hope for the best. Oh no, I can't Death Touch. I just realized that he needs to do the combat damage still. So let's figure that part out. Get a land. With that, he's playing Bombshells. Let's ditch the Fatal Push. Going to play Syndicate Trafficker. That's not so bad. And this way we can kind of keep mana open. And sack to this. Also, spot removal could be a thing, so let's just have insurance. Alright, that ought to do it. It's a lot of mana coming up. Johnny, he can exile something or other. He's going for that guy. Alright. Spatial Contortion. Interesting. Now, we probably might want to take a chance to get rid of a Johnny, but also his life total is really, really low. Like, really low. Like, we could probably do something about it low. I'm gonna play Tireless Tracker and then drop the Aether Hub. Unless another black source comes along, which is what I was looking for. There, I don't have to use conditional energy. So basically I'm looking at, let's just go in full swing at his face. I think we got enough to kill him. Sounds like a plan. Unless he's got a stupid fog. Which would be really stupid, honestly. Never mind. I guess we got there. And so we can Asylum Visitor out. Yeah, sure. Let's Asylum Visitor out. Boop. Because we can, and because it's free. And it's basically, we got into a scenario of draw 2 cards for 2 mana. Now we get the flesh bag? Come on. Alright. We got there. Alright, see you in game number 2. You gonna give it? Alright. So while we're getting set up here, I don't know why, I was kind of shaking through that game. I don't know what he was holding up for a green and a red, a Blossoming Defense, a shock, you know, well, it obviously wasn't fog, but I mean, every turn reliably was that one card, and it was hard to say. That's why I didn't kill Kalitas right away. I wasn't 100% sure, but then I took the gamble on it. I don't know. But for some reason, that game had me nervous. Weird. Also, Homeless Jace. Bjark Lund Ibsen. Yeah, sure. They are on the play. We have Hissing Quagmire. We have basically what we need for some stuff. We can get a Lamho Pacifist out early, but I suppose if they're playing some sort of control, Pacifist is not bad, but this is clearly not control. This is clearly a red-blue thing, because that's the only deck I ever known that plays red first turn with nothing. Or it's green. I was totally off. So Voltaic Brawler. That's okay. We can back it up with a Pacifist, and we'll gladly block that. Oh, we get a Fatal Push. I mean, it's hard to say. I'll block with the Pacifist first. I mean, if they've got the energy to just totally wipe it out, then fine, so be it. Let them spend 3 energy on that, because all the other targets, they'll be spending less energy. Harness Lightning, that's what I'm thinking of. Dynavolt Tower. Well, I mean, we can deal with that. And they are not doing anything. Okay, so I'd say this is a perfect Rexage turn, because I don't like Dynavolt Tower one bit in an energy deck. No thank you, you're not going to get any free pings. Screw you, hippie, go home. Our hand might be leading on the course of Asylum Visitor until we actually draw some cards. Electrostatic Pummeler. We can potentially deal with that. We'll see. It's clearly an energy deck that wants to go that route. So I'll put up a fairly strong defense with Pacifist, and we'll just block for forever, all time. I think that'd probably be the best play. So let's drop another Pacifist. And I'm going to just hold up Fatal Push, because we may get an opportune moment. And, well, I suppose we could have attacked with that guy. There's no real downside. I mean, it was a worthwhile trade, I think. Instead of giving them their moment, we're shoring up a ridiculous defense in the meantime. Another Voltaic Brawler. It's quite a bit of energy they're piling up there. They're going for the Pummeler route. That's clearly obvious. Which means that we need a Sacrifice Outlet, which basically means Syndicate Trafficker. Well, we'll do exactly what we planned and force them to use their Blossoming Defense. Or not. Pause. Fatal Push. There's Blossoming Defense. There we go. Well, it's out of their hand. It's one less protection they have. Okay, so we have another Asylum Visitor. Looks like we are going the route of Asylum Visitor. So let's just play out our stuff then. They're probably a deck that deals with spot removal. And I guess Syndicate Trafficker? Sure. Then we'll bombshell them with the Asylum Visitors and redraw our entire stuff. Protect that kind of stuff. Okay, so we can... yeah, I see no real reason not to right now. Send in the 2. And somebody's smashing doors in this place. Damn apartment buildings. There's always a downside, isn't there? So in any case, let's see what they've got as answers. I don't see them having board wipes in any regards here. So they're sending the Pummeler. They've got plenty of energy for it. While Tank Brawler is not going, so they plan on pumping it 3 times, potentially with Trample. So my thoughts here is block this guy and double block this guy and force them to really think about their life decisions. I had a feeling they were trying to go for the kill here. Now, is that more than enough? 8, 16... Might be. Okay. So we got through it. That was the important part. Get through it. Their energy is gone. Okay, so here we go with the Asylum Visitors and hope for the best. Really, really hope for the best. And we're keeping that thing back on defense for the Long Tusk Cub at this current time. Unless they have some sort of energy situation that's out of the blue. We're going to absolutely say no right now. You can go to hell. Another built to smash. Doesn't get trample, I believe. It's just artifact. Artifact, okay. So that worked out. Now we get to draw cards. Or a card. Pause. Kill that. Draw a card. Awesome. Grasp. Now they could have that hasty guy that you know what? Screw it. I'm not living on whether or not they have the hasty 4/4 that eats up energy. We're just going to play the gamble. Let's get the mana down. If we get another instant scenario like that again, like that was just a golden set of draws right there. Pima Seer something. Pima Aether Seer gets a bunch of energy. Forces things to block. That's fine. Now we're going for tons of card draw. That's land, so we're not getting anything else. We get a Lifecrafter's Bestiary, which is just sweet. Okay, so we got a 3/2 that we have to deal with. Now we can just throw one of these in the way or something like that, or we can throw our land in the way. Land would deal with it quite nicely. So, are they willing to trade? Let's take a look at my mana sources first. So we need basically 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3. Yeah, okay, we basically have the mana. That's what I'm looking for. Let's send in. See if they want to block. I mean, that's half their life total right there. We still get a draw on their turn, so that's still a thing. Let's see, how's that mana allow us? No, please use the colorless. All the colorless, thank you. So now we have scry options along with our extra draws. This is what happens when you, this is why these guys are in. That's their contingency plan. That's what they're there for. So when you don't get the enchantments to draw, you get these options. Okay, so we get a land, so we're not going to get anything for that next turn. They reveal that they had only a land, so we're in a golden state there. We don't need one of those. Thank you. Another bestiary is not bad. In fact, that's just exceptional. Don't use all the... Use some of the colored mana. Yeah, that leaves us a colorless. We don't really need to... I'm going to just keep the man lands back in case he's not thinking about them. It's not really speeding up our clock that much, is it? 5. Yeah, it might get rid of a turn. But with the scry options, we might get there. If they draw into a burn spell, we might be in a bad way here. Oh, we get a Sky Sovereign, so we might be able to burn out something if they... oh, it's just a land. Okay! We're getting down to the wire here. So, let's scry into a Tireless Tracker. I mean, sure. That sounds fine to me. It's not like we have burn, so I'll take a Tireless Tracker. And swing in for another 3. Now let's take a look at our mana supply here. We have 9 mana, which means that we can cast both of these, 1 left over. Something like that? No. We have 8 mana. I misread that. But we do have these guys, which is going to draw us a pile of cards, which is what I want to go with here. Can we use a little bit of the colorless, please? Thank you. Alright, so basically at this point, we're just hoping they don't draw into straight up burn. We only had 1 green source. Well, that's unfortunate, but I mean, Syndicate Trafficker is a good way to protect ourselves as well. There. That kind of guarantees the route home here. In case they draw, you know, something like Harness Lightning instead. We are down to 2, which means if they draw a shock, we might be in trouble. It's a land. They got real unlucky at the end there. We kind of went the complete other direction with it. A Greenbelt Rampager. Wow! I keep drawing that guy just as he's not really relevant anymore. So basically, the trick with them is, since the computer's gone, you just play them. Draw cards. And we don't have the green mana, because we were heavy black this game. So there's that. So it goes back to hand. And apparently we can cast him again somehow. Oh yeah, we got the energy, so we can actually cast him again if we wanted to. And we can see if we can get there with some cool stuff. I mean, yeah, we can goof around for a moment. This is where the card drawing suddenly comes out in the last turns of the game. But anyways, yeah, you just play them again. You can spend energy and regain it there. So Aether Hubs will allow repeated casts. And if you have the Elemental Bond out, this guy will just draw you a whack of cards in that regards, because you just keep spending it on Aether Hubs. Just keep spending the energy you get. It's a pretty cool cycle that way. Anyways, let's just finish this. I just wanted to see how he worked, and there was I was doing some AI runs and just trying it out in AI runs and seeing how abusive he could get, and with Elemental Bond, it's pretty darn abusive. All right, let's get into one final game then. And I'll see you there. Oh, hi, Jason. A Lightning Storm and Furious Vengeance, and I see you're on the road again. So you know those times when you forget to hit record? I'm not that many of you actually record, but still, yeah, that happened. It was a pretty good match, a Rakdos control deck. I wasn't sure what the win condition was in it, mostly because I won, but still. It was a pretty cool deck, and it turns out that this deck just outdraws a deck that tries to wear you out in creature removal. So anyways, we have all black, and all colorless, and no creatures to run. Well, we've got a Bestiary to scry, so, and we're on the play, so we can probably get there. So let's start out with the black, so we have our Fatal Push open in case they drop some stupid thing that we don't like. And then decide not to actually show up for the game. Seriously? Don't do this to me. Especially when you've got a fucking name like that. Oh my god, not it. Oh, thank god. Merchant's Dockhand. Yeah, you're not getting card advantage. Nope. Have a nice day. You can hit concede now. It would be preferable, but no. It's not the case. Because we're pretty much a long way from home here. So some sort of artifact deck. Unless they're copying Legend BD's deck. I swear that's a possibility. In which case the worm would probably be our threat to watch out for. Okay. We can live with that. So we draw an elemental bond, but the bestiary is probably going to get us the rest of the way home. So let's get to the scrying. And a turn 4 we can elemental bond unless we have a more compelling target for Grasp of Darkness. Or we actually get a creature. Still nothing. Okay, so I don't know this color combination name, so sorry. Forgive me on that one. Pacifist is good. We'll take a Pacifist. And is that enough for a counterspell? I don't think so. So we're going to go Elemental Bond. And at least maximize it. Want bombshells you can't deal with at a certain point. So let's see what he's going to attempt to go with. Whirler Rogue's not a big enough deal. We can deal with that. I'm going to just simply draw off the Pacifist and see where they go. Spatial Contortion we will take. That's a thing. Now, do we get rid of the artifacts or do we get rid of the creature? Challenging choices. Now, if they do drop the worm, we can deal with it. We've got Grasp of Darkness and Spatial Contortion and just shrink it all to hell. We are 1 mana short of the console flagship. I'm going to go with Pacifist and just simply draw a card and hope for the best here. That's not bad. We'll take it. And I'm more willing to just simply wait out for the threats. I'm sure that they'll come. The aim is to definitely get Sky Sovereign out and totally just wreck face with some damage. Thopter Spy Network. So with that said, he's tapped down. Swinging him with those guys. Really? You're swinging with those guys. You're tapped down. You're going to get your card, yes, but you're going to lose your Thopters. In fact, you're going to lose everything at this point in time. So, yeah, take that. And let's take a look. A Lifecrafter's Bestiary. I think we're good, honestly. Let's not invest any more time there. We've got Scry and Draw capabilities going. They've got draw capabilities, so this is going to be a heavy, heavy, heavy draw game. And they get a land. And we get a Scry. And we did need a land. I prefer not tapped, but we'll just simply use our removal, and that's perfectly fine. So, do we just simply swing in? I want to contort that guy, and then he's got no Thopters to deal with. There, yeah. I'm going to go with that. Kill that. There. No Thopter recursion, that's fine. And maybe, just maybe, we'll draw into a Rex Sage, which would totally ruin Spy Network now, wouldn't it? And we do not. And Emerald Bruiser, although tempting, I think the console flagship is going to absolutely terrorize this entire field. Unless he's got removal for it, which is possible, keep in mind. I mean, Emerald Bruiser is a menace. Well, that's what his effect is, of course, but still. So you're going to have to crack for those. Excuse me? Creature or Planeswalker to sacrifice. Card to discard. Grasp of Darkness. What were you doing here? Merchant stock hand comes back out. We can deal with that. So you get in for your 2. That's fine. And, okay. The graveyard glue for a bit kind of messed with me. So we scry into an elemental bond. We don't need that right now. We'll need... whatever. So let's just pop this guy off. There, a little less of that going on. Now, does he have artifact removal? Is the question. We need to scry into a creature, clearly. And probably a forest at the same time. But there's just... I don't know. We're keeping that at bay for now. So he gets his creatures. He gets some more creatures. He's going stupid wide, which is probably a good plan, because if we don't draw into a Rex Sage, then he's going to be starting to go to town here. Yeah, get in for you 2. He's going to actually get in for quite a bit if we don't get something going here. So, Rex Sage. Not a Rex Sage. Find a Rex Sage. We could probably get there. Asylum Visitor. Don't pay. We need to have mana. Damn it! Okay, so we can probably play this a couple ways. We have 2 crew potentials here, which is kind of what I'm going to start banking on. I don't see him having mass wipe. We're going to have to just go for hoping for the best. Of course, swinging for 6 is pretty darn good too. And Elemental Bond, actually, is another thing that we need to get out of our hand right now because it's not doing enough work at this current time. Of course, if we don't draw into anything useful, I'm dropping it for the... I'm dropping it simply because it could get us out of this. Flesh Bag is not going to get us out of this. Okay, I'm going to drop Elemental Bond. At least be to 0 cards, and hopefully he doesn't choose to get rid of the creature because it happens to be tapped. Hopefully we'll outdraw him. We need to go wider than him. We still have Hissing Quagmires at worst to do some work. Just keeping the 0/1s at home because why not? He gets his card. He's super wide, so board wipes are unlikely. Spot removal is possible. We'll see. Another Enthusiast. Okay. We need to get ourselves out of this very, very quickly right now. Battle at the bridge, so he has the answer anyway. So no more card draws for us on that one. We need to scry into a decent creature here. He's battle at the bridging his own. What? He's battle at the bridging us for 4. Taps almost all his artifacts, gains some life. And a Merchant Dockhand. He really went wide quick, didn't he? Like super wide. Just kind of exploded there. And we're kind of just sitting here waiting for our next card to show up. Which is not an Aether Hub. Which isn't... He's got us, doesn't he? So... yeah, we're nowhere close to this. Let's see. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it looks like it's going to be lethal unless we present some sort of blocker. Which we can do, but if he's got spot removal, it doesn't matter. A Whirler Virtuoso is just extra wide. Just keeping those stupid guys at home. Alright, well, let's activate the Hissing Quagmire. And let's activate this so it can survive. And that'll get us down to 1. And that's not going to help us. We're pretty much dead here. We're drawing support cards, and we're drawing useful cards at all the wrong times, I think. Oh, Rampager, how could you just possibly come out at any worse of a time? Well, I mean, we'll go out with style. There we go. He keeps coming out when it doesn't matter anymore. Ah! Oh, well. So whatever, we're balancing at 15 forever. This deck isn't always going to get there, but I figure maybe when it's finished, it might get there. But I mean, you do... No, I'm not buying gold. I want to buy 8-pack. Oh, I don't have enough. Damn it! I have to do one more game. Ah, fine. Well, pardon me, that's enough games for this video, however. Otherwise, it's just going to get stupid long. So, I'll see you in the next gameplay video, where hopefully I finally have the last of the cards I need for this. I mean, oh yeah, I wanted to show you... Aether Revolt was 48%, so we're almost halfway there, and probably this pack might get me to 50. We'll see. Anyways, see you in the next game.